Hey guys, welcome back to Buzzer to Buzzer.
Welcome to episode 14 of Quick Take.
All right, guys. So last night, the first game of the Western Conference Finals between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Denver Nuggets elapsed, with the Los Angeles Lakers winning 126 to 114, with exceptional performances from Anthony Davis, of course, but also we saw some role players getting involved as well, which we'll be talking about later as well. However, we saw the Nuggets get involved with some foul trouble, which ultimately ended up hurting them at the end and allowed the Lakers to pull away, taking a 1-0 lead. Now, guys, let's talk about our general thoughts and some takeaways from the game.
As you said, Ryan, Anthony Davis had an insane performance, 37 points. And I think that a reason why the Lakers won is because he did so well. But as you said, the second highest scoring player wasn't LeBron James. It was actually KCP, it's pretty unexpected. And because KCP stepped up, I think that's also why they won the game. LeBron didn't need to score how much he normally scores. And without role players like KCP, Kyle Kuzma stepping up, the Lakers wouldn't have won that game.
I think LeBron's performance is worrying here, though. If LeBron doesn't step up in the series and drop around 20 points, KCP isn't a consistent player that's going to drop 18 every time. Sure, there can be other role players like Rajon Rondo who can step up and drop more, but I do believe that LeBron has to play better in order for the Lakers to, help plow through the series.
Yeah, I think the Nuggets, they got into, as you said, around too much foul trouble too early, and they actually had a chance at the end of the game. I mean, their fourth quarter was kind of surprising to say the least. But I think one area in which the Nuggets need to improve is that they got to defend the post. I mean, Anthony Davis, they went crazy. I mean, everyone was scoring in the post. Obviously KCP was making shots, but other than KCP, no one else was really making shots from deep. And so for next game, I really think the Nuggets need to focus on the post area and stay out of foul trouble to get the win.
It's something which we talked about on the show before, how the Lakers, obviously, they got LeBron and AD, who can always come out and perform in some sort of manner, whether it's AD putting up a large amount of points, like 37, W said, or LeBron helping the team out by putting up 12 assists and some good amount of points. But it always comes down to the other players. Will the role players step up? And last night we saw Kuzma step up, Dwight Howard step up, and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope step up in a big manner as well, which ultimately allowed them to have the edge in this game. And also, something which the Nuggets got to focus on is that they often get themselves into foul trouble. And last night showed that very clearly. They racked up 16 fouls in that second quarter, with Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic, the two stars, having 3 fouls each before the half. So the Nuggets definitely have to improve on that aspect of making sure that they don't get into foul trouble so that their big man, Nikola Jokic, can especially be in the paint and the post when the game really matters. All right, guys. So we had the tradition that after every game one, we sort of digest everything which happened and make our predictions for the series. And this series is no different. So, B, I'm going to start off with you. Who do you got winning and how many games?
All right, so I got the Nuggets winning in 7 games.
Stop.
Okay. All right, okay, so I think we've all seen that you can't judge the Nuggets based off a loss. Like, a loss doesn't do anything to them. In fact, I think like a loss, like after a loss, they play even better. As you guys said, it was foul trouble that really cost them the game. Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray both got into foul trouble early on. I think that's why they lost the game. And even if the Lakers win a couple, 3 games in a row, there's no counting the Nuggets out, and I got them winning in 7.
All right, I think Lakers in 5. This is going to be a gentleman's sweep. The Lakers are obviously not the Clippers. The Clippers had a meltdown. I don't think LeBron is going to have a meltdown this series, having Anthony Davis by his side. We saw game 1. They completely dominated the post, and I don't think the Nuggets really have anyone besides Jokic to help dominate or kind of defend the post. I think they're just going to exploit that weakness all series, and hopefully if more role players step up, then Lakers should win in 5.
I'm going to trust the analytics here. I'm going to go with the B with Nuggets in 7. If LeBron had lost game 1, I would have picked the Lakers at 5. But you see, the Nuggets lost game 1. So you have to trust the analytics and the trends of both series they've both played in, and I have to go with Nuggets in 7.
Oh,
And
boy.
also, can I just also mention that, Arian, before the Nuggets beat the Clippers, you thought obviously the Clippers were going to win, in which the Clippers were going to beat the Lakers with ease. So it's kind of surprising now that the Nuggets beat the Clippers. You're saying that the Lakers are going to like dominate the Nuggets.
Okay, let me explain that. Hold up. I think the Clippers are a much better team to face the Lakers, especially with their defense. Kawhi can guard LeBron. Obviously, they have Montrezl Harrell in the post with Anthony Davis. Who do the Nuggets have that can guard LeBron and Anthony Davis? Tell me.
I mean, they got Jokic who can guard AD.
He can take AD.
Well,
Who's going to take LeBron?
Paul Millsap has shown he's an
Yeah,
elite
Paul-
defender
stop.
in these
Okay, hold
in
on.
these
Stop.
playoffs.
Stop.
He's shown he's an
Okay,
elite
hold on.
defender.
You think Paul Millsap is comparable to Kawhi Leonard right now? No, stop.
He was able to stop Kawhi Leonard.
I mean, clearly looking at the performances.
Paul
the
Millsap.
Nuggets
Okay, if he's
won.
not comparable, how is he able to stop him?
No, I'm saying comparable in defending LeBron. You think Paul Millsap could defend LeBron just as much as Kawhi can defend
Okay.
LeBron?
Kawhi is just as good as a scorer as LeBron James.
You're saying that Paul Millsap can guard LeBron to the same magnitude that Kawhi can guard
No,
LeBron.
that is so. You can't say that. You
Okay,
cannot
no,
say
but
that.
Okay,
you,
but
you can't say
I'm
that.
saying their offensive caliber is the same. So if Paul Millsap can shut down Kawhi, he can shut down LeBron James. I mean,
No, he
LeBron
can't.
James.
Not shut
Oh
down
my
LeBron James.
God.
LeBron had
No.
15 last night.
Paul
LeBron
Millsap
had 15
last
Yeah,
last
night.
wait, did you not see LeBron's performance last
LeBron
night?
had
We
15
just
last
talked
night.
about it.
The only reason AD dropped 37 was because Jokic was in foul trouble and they had Mason Plumlee guarding him.
You guys basically answered all the reasons why the Lakers did good and the Nuggets did bad, and then you're saying the exact opposite reasons when we're trying to argue why the Nuggets are going to win the series.
I had the Nuggets winning that Clipper series in the 7 games. I was rooting them from the start. I knew that they had the heart. However, against these bad boy Lakers and what they showed throughout this playoff series, sure, I feel like the Lakers have reached that peak chemistry level in which they know what they can do and how to maneuver. And although, sure, last night there was sort of an anomaly with Mason Plumlee getting some more minutes than Nikola Jokic, the question still comes down to that Nikola Jokic is a great defender. However, he can't guard LeBron and AD at the same time. He can't pull some matrix stuff out here. That's
He
not going
doesn't
to
have
happen.
to guard both of them at the same time.
Okay,
Nobody's
but
asking him to guard
the
one on
defense,
two.
the
Paul
any-
Millsap has shown he's a
Oh,
quality defender
stop
in these
with this
playoffs.
Paul
That is
Millsap.
true. No, I'm not agree with
No.
that.
Paul Millsap has shown he's a quality defender in these playoffs, and you can't
You
ignore
think
that.
he could guard LeBron? Do you really?
Yes, I
think
can.
he- Oh,
Why did
good
LeBron
for
have
you.
15 last night? Why did LeBron
This,
have 15 last night?
some may describe me as a salty Clippers fan. I think this is what Harsh is doing right now.
I'm not a salty Clippers fan.
He's taking his emotions from the last series and
no,
putting them out on the Lakers.
I have no opinion
Wait,
of the
no,
Western
that makes
Conference.
zero sense. If
I have no
anything, you're
opinion
the
of the Western
salty
Conference.
Clippers.
How can I be a salty Clippers fan if I'm saying
Because
Lakers
you're
are going to
saying,
win?
oh, like Nuggets beat the Clippers, but even if they beat the Clippers, they have zero chance against the Lakers. And then you are also saying that the Clippers could have beat the Lakers if they played them. How does that
The
work?
Clippers are a better matchup for the Lakers than the Nuggets are.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter right now. Is what I'm saying is the Nuggets beat
No.
the Clippers, so they're
You're
better.
using
they're
the
a matter-
logic. No, this is what Abby's using. The logic
Okay,
of
no, if they're a better matchup, then the Clippers should have won then. If you're a better matchup for a team,
Yes,
that most likely means you're the better team, in which the Clippers should have beat the
Yeah,
Nuggets.
they should have beat the Nuggets,
But they
didn't. That's
didn't.
how-
So the Nuggets
the
are better.
Clippers didn't have their
Nuggets are a
stars.
better
They didn't
team.
have Paul George coming out every night and putting up performance he should have. They didn't have their
Right,
open.
I know,
Also,
but Paul George
why-
played
And the
team
Nuggets
performance-
had everyone coming out every night. They had Paul Millsap, they have MPJ, they have Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. They have their players coming out every night because they're
Also-
a better team.
Paul George put that same performance with like basically every single game, other than like 2 games in both series. You can't really say Paul George should have played better when he played like absolute garbage the entire playoffs.
The difference between the Clippers and the Lakers is that the Lakers stars will step up when the moment matters,
Exactly.
unlike the Clipper stars.
Yes, that's what exactly
Okay, but
what
the
I'm trying to
Nuggets
say.
stars have proven to
No, of
step
course,
up when it
they
matters.
have shown that they're a heck of a team.
Hold up. The Nuggets stars have showed up when the Clipper stars didn't show up. That's why they
Exactly.
won the series.
Exactly.
I don't think LeBron and AD are going to have a meltdown like Kawhi and Paul
Exactly.
George.
You can't say they didn't show up. You can't just give them not showing up all the credit. You have to give their defensive effort credit too. And that's why I'm saying Paul Millsap will be able to shut down LeBron James.
Okay, Paul George shot, 2 for 14? Yeah, that's not going to happen to AD or LeBron.
They won't get
Fair
14
has-
shots.
Kawhi Leonard in Game 7 had 0 points. You think LeBron's going to have 0 points the second half in any elimination game? No way.
That's not going to happen. We all know from the past years that we've been watching NBA basketball that when the moment comes down to the wire, when somebody step up, LeBron James will either get himself turned on or get his teammates involved in a unique way to allow his team to win. All right, guys. So for sure, one thing which the Nuggets have for sure proven to us is that they got the heart and they can turn around a series whenever. So although the Lakers do have that 1-0 series lead, who knows what will happen and how many games this series will go. But as always, we will be covering every single game with these Western Conference and Eastern Conference finals as well. As always, guys, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below your takeaways and predictions for this upcoming series. As always, guys, take care, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. See you guys.